Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm not sat in my bedroom for the first time in months, and that is because I am at Hampton Court Palace. Not to go inside, as unfortunately with government restrictions it's still shut, but they have opened up the gardens for people to come and get some exercise. So I have come to have a wander around the gardens, and I thought I'd bring you along for my day out. I'm not on my own. I have got my mum. It's really strange not to be able to go inside the palace, but I'm looking forward to having a wander around their lovely gardens and also showing you some of the best parts. So we will see you very soon. So here I am inside the palace gardens. Those are pretty flowers. Hopefully we're going to find our way into like the main really impressive gardens at some point. Hopefully they're open to the public. So to visit the Hampton Court Gardens for local visitors, it's £8 for a normal ticket, or if you are like me and you are a member, it's just free, but you have to pre-book on their website. £8 to bring my mum along is actually quite a good deal. I think it's not incredibly expensive, and it's just nice to get out for a couple of hours as well. So I'm just waiting for mum as she's currently using the toilet, and then we will carry on with a walk around the gardens. So you can tell I'm back at a palace when you hear gravel under my feet when I'm walking. So we've walked round to the back of the palace. Normally you cut through, but obviously with the palace being shut you have to walk around the long way. These are Henry's old tennis courts. Again, they're shut, but we're going to go for a nice little wander around the gardens, and I will again get some footage of the best parts of the garden. So close yet so far away. You can see just into one of the courtyards, and normally you'd go in the state apartments and this would be your entrance into the gardens, but obviously it's shut. You've got a little shop there which I've got some really nice perfume from. Same more video. Traitor. We will be back in there soon, and that day cannot come soon enough. Cannot get over the art and the time that must have taken to carve all of this. So these golden and iron gates was where Charles I, who was being held prisoner in this lovely place, escaped to the Thames, as that is the Thames just there. I will try and get a bit closer. But the man who created these never got paid for his work. I would be fuming, because look at the detail. So I think that's the English rose. And then you've got the Irish harp in the middle here, with a face. Then it's the thistle of Scotland. And I'm guessing this is the fleur-de-lis. So intricate and so many details, like the little curves in the leaves which make it look so believable. Like, can you imagine living somewhere like this? So jealous. And then this looks like a motto. And there is the river. I was really intrigued by what this meant, so of course Google, our great friend, helped me out, and it translates to shame any who think evil of it. So that's obviously, I don't know if it was here before Henry or after Henry, it could be something to do with him, but it's obviously linked to figures in history who were linked with Hampton Court Palace, and it also appears in loads of different places. It's engraved into the ceiling at Bath Abbey. It's also in our coat of arms for the United Kingdom, and fun fact, it was on the gates to the entrance to Michael Jackson's home, Neverland. So very interesting. Cue Louise's emotional moments to come and peek through the windows to see every single one boarded up, so you can't even have a peek into what the palace is, and that makes me really sad because it's one of the most unique and beautiful buildings in the world, I think. So this privy garden out here isn't even the original. So back in the 19th century, all of this was overgrown, and only grace and favour residents of the palace would use it. And then in 1995, so only 2 years before I was born, the charity Historic Royal Palaces, who look after this place, they look after loads of important royal historic buildings in London, like Tower of London, Kensington Palace, Kew Palace, the Banqueting House. They came in and redid this to replicate it. And I don't know whether it's just me, but I think knowing that they took the time to take that overgrown garden and recreate it into this kind of paradise, you appreciate it a lot more, knowing all the work they put into it. And they're such a fantastic charity, and they've had a really tough year with obviously palaces closing, palaces reopening with restrictions, and then only being able to open the gardens and then having to shut them and then reopening them. I just can't wait for the places to reopen in full so we can all go and support them and keep history alive a bit longer. All locked up so you can't go in, but worth a peep. Wow.
Daddy.
So, as you can see, we've been having a nice wander around the gardens. We've still got a little bit left to see, but we're going to quickly go to the cafe and grab a drink and maybe something to eat. Are you enjoying your day, Moo? We've learnt quite a bit about the gardens because normally when the palace is open you spend so much time in there. When you come out to the gardens you don't really have time to stop and read all of the different signs, which is nice to spend some time to do that as well, as the gardens are amazing. Pretty much like when I went to Ham House and they had really nice gardens, but these are definitely a lot grander and on a bigger scale, but just as nice. Okay, maybe a bit more nice, but that doesn't mean Ham House isn't, because it is. But we will see you when we've grabbed some food. I had some chocolate cake. Look at that slice of cake, amazing. And they're all like freshly baked here, so yum yum. So something people never really notice is obviously when you walk in on ground level and you see the palace, you don't realise that obviously there you have the River Thames, so people would have come in boats. So this is what would have been the moat. You can kind of make out the bridge, but I'm guessing maybe that would have been a jail of some sort, or where you dock your boats, because then there's just a random platform in the door, so whether that used to be stairs leading up, I'm not sure, but it's just such an impressive building and I can't wait to get back inside very soon. And here's another sad moment, that is Henry's Great Hall boarded up. The gateway to history. Please let me in if you focus, camera. Yeah. You can see. So that concludes our visit to the Hampton Court Gardens. It's been really nice to be back and spend some time with my mum, wandering around the gardens, seeing things that we don't really normally have time to because we're too busy walking through those gates to the state apartments. Have you had a nice day, Mum?
I've loved it, darling. It's been really good.
And we had some cake and we had a nice time. It's been really nice weather as well.
We've been really lucky. Yeah, when you picked up last week, we picked the perfect day.
So that's been my mum. And I've been Lou, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!